get that under their belts and not have to worry, and then they can prepare and just, not show their builds close to the time when them server qualifiers are, which is nice as well. So top right hand side of the map from Millennium, it's going to be our blue Terran player. It is going to be MarineLorD. And it's down to the bottom left, our red Zerg player from Euronics Gaming. Guys, I want to hear in the chat if you're cheering on FireCake. What, we got a lot of bets in. MarineLorD the favourite with 1.5k wardy points on the line. FireCake with 1.1k wardy points on the line here in this best of 5. As we get set up and ready to go into this. With a spawning pool coming down over the left hand side from our Zerg player. I'm going to see the natural hatchery on the way as well. Call out Carnage Knockout. I mean, okay, let's take a... Last time we casted this map, I sort of talked about the map, and then I talked about the Spring Championship format, and then the game sort of ended. So let's just talk about the map a little bit more here, I guess. Once again, just to remind you guys, because a lot of people haven't seen this map very often. A lot of you guys haven't seen this map very often at all. And yeah, it's kind of a weird one. There's so many kind of weird factors to it. So first of all, the spawn locations. There's 3 wherever you can spawn in 8 locations on the map. Here, 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 and here. And wherever you spawn, there's going to be 3 possible spawning locations of your opponent. So we're going to see MarineLorD spawning here. His opponent can spawn here, here, or here. The idea being that he can't spawn in the 2 closest bases on either side of MarineLorD's base. So that's the first sort of interesting thing. We also have some Urzadaks and Golden Minerals in the middle. Haven't really seen them ever being used yet, apart from in a free-for-all that we played. And as we see the Reaper coming in, just getting a little bit of damage done, as immediately we actually see FireCake trying to knock down these rocks, so that he has a bit of a safer 3 bases to take here. And as we're going to see this Reaper just going to back away, it seems, and again the Lings and the Queen will get rid of these rocks, and again it kind of walls off this area, makes it harder to attack in towards the natural, as actually we see FireCake going into a very fast lair, and if you can deny the scouting of this Reaper on that lair, well, that would be huge for him. So the thing is as well, there's actually no way in, like, the Reapers can't jump up either. We are going to see the Reaper sneaking around to the side though, so Reaper's actually going to be locked in here now, as we see him seeing the complete lack of a 3rd base just yet. As you see the Reaper coming in over here, going to be coming in over towards the right hand side. Just seeing what he can get up to. Now, of course, there's other rocks on this map as well. These rocks here can be knocked down to kind of block the space between the main and the natural. And the natural and the 3rd base, which can be very abusable. And maybe we'll see that come into the game here at a later point, as we see FireCake is looking to go once again into his very fast lair, as we mentioned before, and probably very fast Spire. There it is. And pretty much just the exact same as what we talked about earlier when FireCake did this against Daishi on Dusk Towers. So we'll see how successful it is this time around. I feel as though it's a bit of a not as good a map to do this on, because obviously there's going to be these rocks to protect, MarineLorD, give him a bit more time to prepare. And there's also kind of 3 bases, which I guess the 3 bases are very spread out, which I guess is kind of the big benefit of this for the build. So there's benefits of this map to this build, and there's negatives as well. So yeah, Spire dropping down here. I don't even know. Sorry, I just gotta mention this. What on earth is going on in the chat? There's wardy points flying away all over the place. You're literally... We're also obsessed with dethroning Mjolki, or keeping Mjolki alive. They're all throwing all of our money into other people. As we're going to see these Marines coming forward with a Widowmine and a Hellion in towards the main base. Let's talk StarCraft, as this aggression will begin here. Widowmine going to go off on the Queen, actually, to confirm the kill on that. As we see Marines just kiting backwards. Good control out of MarineLorD. He's getting some good damage done here. At the same time, Grenade by Reaper over here gets some more damage. And actually, MarineLorD is forcing his opponent to be losing a lot of mining time. As we see drones coming in, trying to surround some more. This Hellion alone, though, is on 6 kills. Going to get some more as everything stacks up over here. A few more drones still available to be killed. He gets one more shot, but that'll be it. But FireCake has taken some serious damage as his first muters are beginning to pop out. He's going to try and clear up this Widowman, just gets it before it goes off on one of the muters. As these muters are going to be coming up towards the upper right side of the map here in the next few moments. These muters just looking to see what they can get up to. He's got a Liberator kind of working his way against an Overlord to the top side of this. Muters coming in, we're going to see the Liberator fighting here against these muters. Muters going to turn around once again, try and fight against some of those Marines. As a third CC morphing into an orbital right now. As Coral Carnage Knockout is already starting to look a little bit crazy. With 2 Evo Chambers on the way down for FireCake. It is the same build he used on Dusk Towers against Daishi. But I feel as though MarineLorD's really achieved a lot here. He's done a lot of damage already. This is kind of cute. I mean, killing off these rocks actually forces MarineLorD into taking this third base a lot slower. Or not being able to protect it. As there's going to be 2,000 health rocks he has to break through to get into that position. As we're going to see the Orbital Command going to be landing over here in just a few moments' time. These muters coming in and working their way against the cooling tower turret here, just getting a little bit of damage done, working their way against the muters. And the thing is, I feel as though, you know, what I wonder is actually, okay, think of it this way then. If FireCake goes for this attack, are there other locations he can attack into? And I guess that's why it is also maybe a very good build on this map. Because if you can break down these rocks to the right-hand side, for example, you know, then you can attack into the third base. If you can break down these rocks to the left, you can attack into the main, and that might be one of the best locations to attack into. Then if you can take down this cooling tower, block off access to the natural while you just kill everything off in the main base. It's interesting. I'm really intrigued to see where exactly FireCake chooses to direct this attack, as he has, though, you know, for the most part, been kind of working to kind of fight back up in supply, and I don't really think he can win from this position. But it's going to be interesting to see what he does try to do and what direction he does try to take here in the next few minutes. We're going to see the muters coming in, going to take down a supply depot over here. We're going to see the gases just mining over on the main base. And the muters just going to be backing away now as Liberators continue to get some damage, and the muters do have to be careful. And again, the muters haven't really found as much damage as they did against Daishi either, which is going to make this build, again, I mean, you know, combined with the fact he's already taken a lot of damage here early on, the muters not doing any damage themselves is going to make this even less effective as a follow-up from FireCake. As MarineLorD going to start dropping over to the left-hand side, looking to come in towards the third base here in just a few moments. We'll see some roaches starting to move up into position to protect this. We'll see MarineLorD actually immediately lifting up. He has to try and get away. He has to try and unload some Marines to protect from these Mutalisks. He gets a few out, loses 1 medevac, and is actually left with actually the perfect number of units to fill that 1 medevac. So, well, that's okay. As you see these roaches starting to move across the map, 11 more on the way. FireCake morphs in them Ravagers again, looking for this big Roach Ravager attack. Where does he attack into? Does he go for the front? Does he go for the sides? Let's see here in just a few moments. As we're going to see the MarineLorD here just going to be sitting, looking to defend. Does he have enough? All of a sudden FireCake has exploded in supply, and of course that is the kind of the roach factor. But he's got, I guess he's got even upgrades. Is there enough? Okay, we're about to find out. These Liberators, how much are they going to add into this? They're not sieged up just yet. We're going to see, well, MarineLorD sims into this straight away. These Ravages are already falling back. Corrosive Bar's going to drop. They pick off 1 Liberator to begin with. He's not going to be able to get very much done with this at all, sadly. You're going to see the Corrosive Bar's not really land on anything there at all, so a little bit of a weird one. You're going to see these Roaches. More of them coming in here. That reinforcing drop does get picked away at as MarineLorD does back off. He's going to have to set up these Liberators to defend once again, I feel, because there's a lot of Roach Ravager moving on in. The Ravager's in the front, though, and that's not great, because obviously you want the Roaches to tank with more health and that extra armor. As he does pull back a little bit. And we're going to see, well, this choke point is the real awkward thing. He can't actually move through into the fight he wants to take because of the choke point here. Really slowing him down. As we're going to see these units coming through the center once again. Trying to push through, as we're going to see now FireCake going over for the other set of rocks, but it looks as though MarineLorD is just doing too good a job fighting against this, has too much bio, and the roaches disappear very quickly as FireCake actually really does now commit into this. We're going to see him pushed away. Units will stim after this, and that should be really great for him as these Mutalisks coming in to try and get a little bit done, but they're not going to find very much at all. Meters are dropping, and FireCake is being cleaned up in the middle of the map. Again, this wasn't looking as though he had much of a chance in this game after the early damage was done and after he didn't really find much damage himself. But he did make it look close for a little while, and I mean, the supplies still are close, but as +2 upgrades kick in for MarineLorD and more, he's going to get into a very good position. FireCake going to try and take the gold base to the center. Don't think that one's actually going to be too successful as he's on pure roach right now. I mean, sheer numbers might be able to force MarineLorD back momentarily. That's +2 upgrades kick in and reinforcements come in. These roaches are going to die very fast to the number of marauders in this composition. And that will be MarineLorD taking game number 1 of this best of 5 here in the Spring Championship National Qualifier for the WCS 2016 system. GG, that gold base pops to death as it taps out. And game number 1 goes. Definitely talk about that for a couple of minutes. So let's introduce our players first. The top left hand side of the map, our Blue Terran player is going to be MarineLorD from Millennium. 1 game up here in this best of 5 losers bracket final. 2 maps away from qualifying to the WCS 2016 Spring Championship, live from DreamHack Tours, May 13th through 15th? Question mark, something around that time. It's around then. To the top right hand side from Euronics Gaming, our purple Zerg player is FireCake. Alright, TvZ game number 2 starting on up right now. As the barracks is on the way down, racks as well. Looks as though it's going to be a simple expand from both players. So, again, let's just reiterate this. Basically, there's a bunch of, the WCS Championship events are the biggest events of the year. There's 3 of them, and they all lead into, the winners of each one gets a seed into the global finals. There's the most WCS points and the most prize money on the line for these events compared to the standard WCS Circus events, such as the recent Shanghai tournament, such as DreamHack Leipzig. The championship has 32 slots available. 2 of them go to the host nation, and that's what this qualifier is for today. 8 of them go to invited players based on 2015 WCS points. Top 8 WCS 2016 points do get an invite. And then we have 22 slots remaining to fill. Next 8 slots are decided through the Challenger League system, which in EU and NA is a ladder qualifier into a bracket. There's basically there's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of different ways in which the Challenger system works. For example, Latin America has Copa America as a WCS Challenger, and so on. So there's a whole bunch of different ways to there's a whole bunch of different ways to sort of to qualify in the Challenger League for each region. They kind of all have different formats. And then the final 14 slots go to NA and EU server qualifiers. The EU server qualifiers locked to European players. The NA server qualifiers locked to anyone else basically allowed in the WCS circuit system. So that's a little bit of a quick intro to the Spring Championship and what it means and its importance and how you get there. We wrap it up just in time to watch this Reaper coming across the map, coming on in to just start harassing, as we've seen a lot of in the last few games. As we see this Reaper just going to be coming in and getting a little bit of damage done. What's up, Sergeant Detroll in the chat? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream here today. As we got that Reaper just pulling back a little bit. And MarineLorD is going to drop down a grenade and push that Queen a little bit further back. MarineLorD taking a lot of damage on this Reaper. Third hatch is up for FireCake. He's going into a more standard build than what we've seen so far. Continuing to mine gas though, but here on this map, here on this map, it's not really a viable map to kind of go roach roll in on. And I guess that's why we see the Bane and Nest instead. Ling Bane from FireCake. Very early on in this game, lots of Lings on the way out. Obviously wants to try and deny the Reaper vision of this. As he's going to go for a very aggressive push in game number 2 to try and tie things up in this best of 5 series as we have moving over. This Reaper just moving around a little bit. Looking to see what he can get up to. But he's not going to spot these Zerglings. There's a couple of Hellions on the way out though. I mean, Hellions are a very good way to sort of deal with the, to deal with kind of big Zergling players and big Zergling all-ins. However, the Hellions are not right now in the best of positions because these Zerglings are sort of all over the place. He's going to wrap around. That's going to be 2 Hellions going down immediately. Great start to this for FireCake as 2 Hellions go down. There's also 2 more Hellions up here. As we're going to see a few Lings getting in, and they're going to start morphing into Banes most likely in a few moments' time. As MarineLorD, does he realize what's going on? He does finish his wall. As we're going to see these couple more Hellions just out, and just going to be staying very safe. 2 more Hellions being made, so 6 Hellions in total. Viking on the way as well. 10 Banes starting to morph in. As FireCake, he's got a lot of Lings. He's going to see them Hellions at the front. Is he trying to engage onto them? No, not just yet. Gonna wait until he is ready to go. As you have these Banelings moving forwards, and gonna look to see what he can get up to. These Zerglings coming in for a little bit of a surround. As they come in, the Zerglings gonna get choked up on the depot there. As Millennium's MarineLorD is currently taking down all of these Zerglings. The Banelings are gonna start falling too. Finally, they connect on something, but really not enough. I mean, you're expected to get work and damage done with this, not just killing off a handful of Hellions. And this has not been good enough at all for FireCake, who gets completely destroyed in this attack. I'm going to see the Zerglings just going to be backing off away in the next couple of moments. More Zerglings coming up as Hellions going to be cleaning out a few more Zerglings. And more Zerglings coming on across the map, trying to get some more damage done here, trying to go once again into another wave of this. As MarineLorD's going to realize what's going on, he's going to actually intercept these Banelings before they can get close to anything once again. There's the Hellions again. There's just so many of them, it's just so easy to control them against these Lings, against these Banes. And that's what we're continuing to see. There's another couple of things going down. These Banes coming in. They actually will maybe get connection. No. MarineLorD pulling away in time. Still making Hellions, because again, Hellions are just the complete counter to what FireCake is doing, which is continuing to mass up Zerglings. MarineLorD completely safe for 2 bases now. And I mean, okay, maybe he loses one more Hellion here, but he's still completely safe. I mean, continue to build up. He's got a Liberator on the way out and actually moving across the map. Oh no, that's the Viking. Where's the Liberator? Actually still building. So Liberator's still building here. As all of these Zerglings going to be, well, pushed back by the Hellions. You're going to see a couple more of them coming in. And Salmon's going to pick off these couple of Zerglings, looking to get a couple more kills in the next couple of moments. And as we're going to see the Hellions just going to be moving over to the right hand side. These Zerglings are going to be coming forwards, and we're going to see, I mean, FireCake trying to break in here again and just continue to come across the map. Lots of Hellions over here going to clean out a bunch of drones, which is pretty much the only drones that FireCake really has in this game. And he's going to see a lot of these going down to only 14 workers. As I mean, he sort of breaks through here, but I mean, there's Hellions continue to come out. There's more units coming out, and again, down to 14 drones against 50 SCVs. This is going to be way too much. GG. Game number 2 goes the way of MarineLorD. Let's introduce our players for what could be our last game of the day in the Qualifier. Again, in 45 minutes, we actually have Invasion Esport against AT Gaming from the SC2 Improved Team League. So looking forward to that. I'll have to get a couple of overlays set up that I haven't got set up just yet because I haven't had a chance. As we go into this, the bottom left hand side of the map, our blue town player from Millennium. Let's hear it if you're cheering on MarineLorD. As the bottom right is going to be our red Zerg from Euronics Gaming. It's going to be FireCake. As we see a hatchery coming down. FireCake just going to be setting up here. Into his first hatchery of the game. Ruins of Endy on this map, where going up to 3 bases is fairly easy, to be fair. I mean, it is sort of not too difficult at all. 3 base easy to hold. Even 4th base can be easy to hold, depending on how your opponent is. Depending on how your opponent is doing, as we're going to see this drone all the way up here. Is he going to take a hidden base out the 3rd? I don't know, like, it's a bit weird, but I guess, I mean, in a way, it could really fool MarineLorD into, with what he scouts, because if he sees no 3rd base, he might be preparing for aggression. Well, FireCake does just have a 3rd base up and running, so it's going to be a little bit weird. It's going to be a little bit strange. Yeah, it is. I'm going to be interested to see how this actually turns out, basically, for our Zerg player, because I guess in a way it's kind of mind games, right? He's done 2 very aggressive builds in a row with a fast lair and fast Baneling Nest and so on. But now we have a position where, well, MarineLorD's sort of just going to kind of maybe, again, it's just weird, right? It's just completely strange. I'm very, very confused as to what this is, as we're going to see a factory going up with a tech lab. And I mean, I don't blame him. Going to a fast tank, why not? I mean, there's nothing to really lose by opening safely here. As we're going to see, once again, a fast lair from FireCake. So again, he's going into fast lair, but does have that third base up. Maybe he's just hoping to go into mutas and then contain his opponent a lot with the mutas, keep him very busy to get that third base up running and, you know, active and so on as well. Definitely a possibility. As we have this Reaper just getting a little bit more damage done. And just looking to see what else it can get up to now. Bunker towards the front. A couple of Marines going to be able to go into that here very shortly. Siege tank is on the way up. We've got Starport finished up as well. And probably just a medvac here early on from MarineLorD. And again, 2-0 up right now in this best of 5 series. If he wins this map, he will be in the 2016 Spring Championship, which is, of course, what everyone's been playing for today. Already we have Lil Bo qualified through the winners bracket. He took a 3-1 victory over MarineLorD. It was actually quite a while ago now. We've actually been live with this for quite some time. It's been a lot of games. I mean, double elimination brackets generally are like that, but still kind of surprising. The games have gone fast because they've actually all been so entertaining and have all been so fun. So yeah. We're going to see that Reaper going down, and we're going to see a Queen coming down to the low ground. I'm going to be able to just continue to inject over here. Spire on the way now for FireCake as well. You see a Roach Warren coming up too, so Roach Warren is on the way down, and we're going to see a few drones up to the top side of the map. Going to be mining away as well. So again, that kind of hidden base is really weird, as MarineLorD just doesn't, you know, even think to check it just yet. I mean, as time goes by, he might start to think about this a bit more. So we're going to see a spine crawler here, which will kind of deal with the tank, and then I guess at the same time, Queens will push this back. He can kind of drop the tank here now, though, and just work his way against the spine crawler, right? That could work. And as we're going to see the we'll see how this works. We're going to see Viking going to be going in and killing from the Overlord, so it's just shutting down. The Viking's actually kind of a nice thing to get up early, because I guess it shuts down kind of vision for kind of night displays. It is just going to be that Spire, so Muta's going to be on the way up here shortly for FireCake. 5 of them start already. He's got a bit of gas left over, so you can go up to 8 in total if you'd like to. As again, just this hidden base to the top side. Now he takes a 4th. Very, very weird game. Very weird way to get set up into this. And as we get ready and set to go. We see a factory lifter. So factory lift's going to see the reactor dropping down. We're going to see barracks able to lift and drop onto a reactor very soon here as well. I mean, lots and lots of just first CC, I mean, lots of Marines on the way up, and it kind of feels as though MarineLorD's very well prepared against these potentially mutas, you know, incoming. And he's able to actually turn these around very, very easily. Doesn't really take any damage at all early on here. As then a couple of Evo Chambers going to be finished up for FireCake. He'll start going into his own upgrades. It's going to be missile upgrades, so he's going to switch into the Roaches. Looking to maybe go back to the build he was doing on Korhal, maybe with a little bit more success. And, well, maybe not. I mean, to be fair, there's also this kind of weird 4th base sort of thing that we've got going on. So, I mean, maybe not quite Korhal kind of build, but maybe in a way it will be. Let's see. I mean, it may just be the same idea, just done differently, you know, with an extra expansion and so on. So we're going to see these mutas just coming in and just looking to see what they can get up to. Viking going to push these mutas away. Liberator there as well to really help defend these off. Really make, you know, these a little bit scary to really kind of attack into. As we're going to see the few drones just moving over and coming into position on this mineral line over to the right hand side. Mutas coming on in and just again looking to see what's up, what's going on. Looking to see what they can get up to. I was going to see a Liberator coming forwards and actually will hit off a shot onto the mutas, so mutas taking some more damage. And we'll see now. MarineLorD just going to drop these rocks because he wants to sit defensively here for a while, it seems, at least until 1-1 finishes and has more tanks and so. So he's just going to sit back defensively for a little while. Because again though, FireCake just sort of up on 4 bases, kind of bringing a whole bunch of units in towards this as we see MarineLorD going to set up onto his 3rd base now. And FireCake really starting to take a little bit of a lead in this game, although he is just kind of spamming out roaches, so again, we can't just take the kind of solid supply numbers as fact in this game. And you see them tanks being protected, Marines all over the place, and Liberators too. Very good split on units here by our Terran player, just to make sure these mutas can't get anything done at all. Roaches attacking down to the south side, and of course this is one of the problems where if you don't have vision to the south side, that might be where the attack comes from. As MarineLorD is still sort of, I mean, he's actually for the most part got everything in the same place, but does he have enough to fight against these roaches, against these ravagers? He doesn't have 1-1 yet, he doesn't have combat shields. it's almost as though he wants to kind of buy himself a bit more time. These rocks will go down and gives FireCake a bit more of a space to make a concave with. Now MarineLorD sees this, he's going to see exactly what's happening. He brings his units down from that high ground, lifts his tanks, going to start pulling them backwards, lifts up that second one as well. Great control from him, but man, this build from FireCake just continues to do so well throughout these games. Didn't work on Core when he took a lot of damage early, but this game he's just going to have so much, and MarineLorD is just going to, well, he's just done for, right? I mean, he has absolutely nothing here. These Roaches and Ravagers just come in, and this is such a powerful build for ZVT. As FireCake is going to clean out a whole bunch more. Combat Shield's about finished, but I don't really think that matters too much now. A couple of tanks trying to drop. SCV's been pulled into this as well. But MarineLorD half the supply of his opponent as his production's being camped, so anything that pops out is just going to go down so quickly afterwards. As we're going to see the Ravagers continue to work their way through things. The couple of tanks in the back still continue to do some damage, but more Roaches reinforcing. Roaches up to the third base now as well. There's nothing here to protect these. And these SCVs will be going down as well as, well, game number 3 goes the way of FireCake, and Yozotu down against Daishi. Then he started to turn things around. Is it going to be more of the same here from FireCake? Is he going to be able to take map 4 as well? He's going to bring it back at least one game. He's not going to be 3-0'd at least. As these Roaches just going to clean out a whole bunch more of these SCVs. These SCVs are falling. A few more Ravagers coming in. You see MarineLorD just actually has absolutely no money right now. He's confused. He's like, you know, what is even going on here? It's just so much. He's going to try and hold on just in case his opponent doesn't have much of an economy behind this, but there's just so much in FireCake. He's going to crush on through these tanks, still trying to kite, trying to use the kind of terrain to his advantage, but he does just type out GG, and that's going to be game number 3. The way, let's do this to the top right-hand side of the map. Up 2 games to 1 now after losing game number 3. It's going to be our Blue Terran player. Can we see him qualify for the Spring Championship in this map? Is going to be Millennium's MarineLorD. Down to the bottom left. It's going to be our red Zerg player from Euronics Gaming. It's FireCake. Again, if you have been enjoying and you want to support the stream further and help me to continue to be full-time and bring you guys these nice long streams of qualifiers every day and so on, feel free to join us as a subscriber. Or if you'd rather support in another way, you can donate directly. There's a Patreon page as well, patreon.com/Wardy. Check those out if you're looking to support further. And again, going to be sending out that sub replay pack tomorrow as well. So great chance to get your hands on kind of 200 plus replays of all the top players that we've been casting throughout March. Definitely worthwhile if you're kind of looking for, it's definitely worthwhile if you're kind of looking for replays to learn from for all races, all matchups. As we get set up into this 4th game, we see a Reaper on the way out. MarineLorD are going to be pulling this down towards the bottom left-hand side. Range on Brady says, I find myself spending more and more time in this channel. Keep up the good work, Mr. Ward. Thank you very much. Done and done, says Tyrannus 11328. You're a good solo caster. Thank you very much for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. As we see, and for the kind words as well. As we see Reaper just coming across the map. Ooh, wow. You guys are really taking this follow thing seriously, aren't you? A lot of you guys just hit follow in like the last second. Like 10 of you. It's not quite 60. But you really went for that. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. As this Reaper is going to be chased away by these few Zerglings. Again, just kind of early trades here in the TvZ. We're really more interested in where does the first gas go for FireCake? Where does, what does MarineLorD build into with the factory? That's going to give us the real ideas of what's going on in this game. That's when we're really going to start finding out a little bit more about the build orders of our players. As there's that Roach Warren from FireCake. No Zergling speed. And that means he is going to be committing into some Roaches and looking to be very aggressive here in the next few moments. We're going to see an Evo Chamber coming down, a little bit of a different one. Not every day you see an Evo Chamber being built to save the drone. It will work. Obviously not going to let that finish. Doesn't want an Evo Chamber in the middle of his mineral lines. So, does pull back with that Reaper. And we see that starport on the way down. Looks as though we're going to have actually, 2 Hellions out. And then we're going to see a switch into Marines on the reactor. And it looks as though we're going to see some Cloak Banshee play. Or we could also see a Fusion Core. And there it is, the Fusion Core coming down. A Fusion Core and a ranged Liberator upgrade build. Well. Well, well, well. You see this Reaper coming in, attacking a little bit. You're going to see the aliens just being pushed away here momentarily. Just looking to get a bit more damage done. These fast roaches from FireCake are going to start moving across the map here, looking to apply some pressure. I think we saw him doing this once earlier today with finding 4 roaches and then morphing in some, like 3 Ravagers just to harass with. So you actually see FireCake going into a very fast lair behind this. So again, intrigued to see where this goes. As the Evo Chamber actually saves them 2 drones to the left hand side from the Hellions momentarily. And that actually might keep them alive as one of them goes down and the other also going to go down. So this drone became an Evo Chamber to save everyone. And it was all for nothing. He also dies himself as he cancels out of that Evo Chamber. The last drone going down too, so 4 workers killed, roaches pulled back. And again, advanced ballistics on the way for that Liberator range, which is very abusable here on this map. Only donated subs counted. Yuri Bunikov, I'm not quite sure what you're asking, dude. Please clarify, and I'll be happy to answer. As we have the couple of Liberator shots coming in here. Just killing off a... just getting a few shots off here, basically, as we're going to see the Liberator going to be targeting down and taking a Queen with it. However, Liberator going down is actually a big deal, especially if you're going into this advanced ballistics build. The, you know, the more you, how do I say this, like, obviously the more, I guess just the more Liberators you have, the better it is, the more positions you can abuse at the same time, and so on and so on. What's the difference between donating through Twitch alerts versus Patreon? So, like, donating through Twitch alerts is like a one-time thing, whereas Patreon is like a monthly sort of, you know, you kind of pledge monthly, and you can cancel it at any time. So if you want, you can just pledge for 1 single month, but if you just want to donate once, you may as well just do it through Twitch alerts. Unless you want one of the benefits on the Patreon page, then you can sub Patreon for a month and claim the benefit for 1 month, and then cancel it. As you're going to see this Liberator coming in, and again a bit more damage done. Advanced ballistics now finished, and that means that we're going to have to see Mutas to deal with this. And well, Mutas are on the way, so it's actually going to be a fairly successful build order here in terms of turning this around. 1 Liberator already dead. This next Liberator isn't going to deny mining for too long here, very early on. I was going to see the Mutas on the way in. Going to be looking to try and take down this Liberator in the next couple of moments, and again just shut that down as Liberator may as well in siege. Actually gets a drone kill or 2 still, so he gets a few more drone kills just because FireCake gets impatient about going back to mining. This Liberator will just pull back home, though. With Mutas on the map, he's not going to, you know, he's not going to bother with, you know, just basically giving this up for free, because it shouldn't really do any damage. FireCake is good enough to pull drones away and, you know, just stop it from killing anything at all. As again, it's kind of Mutas back into roaches, +1/+1 roach speed on the way. Does MarineLorD have what it takes to hold this sort of attack for the second time? Now that he's sort of seen it once, maybe he's got a bit of a better idea about what this is. I mean, in a way, it's actually the 3rd time he's played against it. He played against it on Korhal, although it was a little bit different because it was so much slower that time around from FireCake because of the damage he took early on. As the Liberator's going to catch them Mutas. They stopped for a moment, and that's a slight mistake, which costs 2 more Mutas from FireCake. So far, these Liberators doing a good job defending, and maybe some Liberators just sieged up here along with the tanks. I think it's going to be very hard, actually, for FireCake to attack into this base, because, I mean, okay, he's going to have a lot of roaches, but, and Ravagers too, but if he has enough kind of, if he has the Liberators up as well, and 4 tanks, surely you can't just run up this ramp into the 3rd, surely you just can't. I say this, but, I mean, I don't know the real power of this build, so I guess we're going to find out very soon. As MarineLorD still hunting down Mutalisks with the Liberators to the top side of this, continuing to move around, and we see FireCake. A few Ravagers finishing more fin. 4th base is up for him behind this as well. Again, this isn't really all in any way. It's just a very strong kind of... It's not all in, it's just a big pressure where he doesn't go into kind of infestors or so just yet. Instead, he just waits, for, you know, goes for the big Roach Ravager attackers. Oh my god. MarineLorD's moving out. Well, he's going to be regretting this almost instantly. Nice wall will help him out somewhat, but 2 of the tanks still unsieged as this attack comes in. The Liberators begin to siege right now. Corrosive Bars don't really land on too much, and actually MarineLorD will turn this away momentarily. There's a few units coming down the ramp. He needs to be careful. Wants that +1 attack at least before he continues to attack into this. As we're going to see the Marines and the Marauder just splitting up a little bit. He does have combat shields, and again, he's about to have 1/1, so upgrades very even. And yeah, I think actually the case is going to be here that with a wall off, And with these tanks, there's probably... yeah, with a wall-off and with these tanks, there's probably not going to be a chance for him to really attack into this. As these tanks on their own going to move out, and he scans, he sees these units, and he can just sort of drop around with the tanks and, you know, drop, get a bunch of shots off, and kills a Ravager, get some damage onto some Roaches. And this is the really powerful thing with tank vacs moving around, and again, just picking away these Roaches, picking away at these Ravagers as well. We're going to see Marines, Marauders moving out onto the map, and looking to see what he can get up to. Yeah, in the next few moments, Marines, Marauders moving forwards, and we're going to see these Roaches and Ravagers actually get a little bit caught here, as we're going to see a lot of them kind of to the top side, not actually in position just yet. And of course the thing is, FireCake can't really chase as well, because these Liberators set up in a very good position, and tanks as well, for him to back into. Again, the Liberator range did not do a lot for MarineLorD early in this game, however, he has definitely defended against this committed attack from FireCake. And that means, again, FireCake is going to be fairly late going into the lair here. He's going to be fairly late going into Infestors and further tech. It's just going to be Roach Ravager for quite some time. As the tank count increases, the Liberator count increases, this army becomes less and less effective, as we are going to see Roaches coming in, though, and that could make a big difference if he unburrows on top of this army. As he looks as though that's exactly what he is planning here. You see these tanks in the back could be in a lot of trouble here in a moment. This burrow play looks as though it's going to pay off. The Ravagers are waiting until then Roaches and burrow, and here we go! FireCake and burrows, and all of a sudden, well, how does MarineLorD deal with this one? He is just going to stand and fight. The Liberators getting a lot of damage done. The Ravagers in the back going to start going down to these Liberators, but they pick a few of them off as well. Reinforcements on their way over here. And in the end, it actually wasn't as bad for MarineLorD as I thought it was going to be. It actually traded sort of okay, all things considered. As you see the Marines, the Marauders joining up together. A couple of Liberators coming forward once again. Their meter's not really having a big role in this game at all. A few Corruptors on the way now. As we actually see FireCake looking for the Broodlords. Something he did against Daishi earlier. Didn't quite work out for him. As, oh my god, even without the 2-2 upgrades just yet. I mean, it's kind of just before them 2-2 upgrades kick in. Now the 2-2 upgrades kick in. But even without those, he was destroying this. Now he will continue to work his way through this. However, some units at the back not actually taking part. So that makes a big role in this. As we're going to see Halo kind of pulling around all over the place. It might be time for him to lift up. He scans again. These Liberators going to be under fire from the Corruptors. It's kind of hard to see what's going on with the scan and everything else here. It looks as though the last few Roaches are being cleaned out, though. He's actually going to drop the Man Mule as well. MarineLorD believes he has done it. He believes he's broken him, and honestly, I think he has, as FireCake does not have very much left at all. He's trying to get Corruptors out. He's trying to get to Broodlords, but it's just not going to happen. The commitment to this attack early on just did not work, and MarineLorD shows us how to hold off an attack like this, which has been so successful for FireCake throughout the entire day. As Marines Marauders is going to step up this ramp now. This is going to be, I think, the last stand from FireCake, but it's not going to be enough. As drones are being pulled in, the worker count is falling, more Roaches on the way up. We're never going to see them Broodlords come into play. More mules dropping as well. MarineLorD, he feels he has done this. As a few more Marines will have to clean out them Corruptors. GG. MarineLorD takes it 3-1 and will be a part of the WCS 2016 Spring Championship. He joins